Bum, mum, 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 mum. Dark Sean presents. Dark Sean presents The Age of Discovery. The Age of Discovery. A time of ships, sailors, slavery, and weird navigators. Vikings, Columbuses. And that's not even half of the story. But what exactly is the Age of Discovery, as lots of people like to call it? The Age of Discovery is a time of discovering new lands. In fact, it's a time of mapping and sailing. Back then, people thought that Africa could just go on in infinity, as if you were like in a Minecraft game, and your chunks, you loaded it for infinite, like it loads in infinite directions. And then suddenly a guy sails around the tip of Africa and reaches India, which back then was a better alternative to land, as sailing is faster. We also find out that people we also found out that the Ottomans have control over the trade routes around the Mediterranean Sea. And so that ends up with the fact that they are power hungry. Okay, that was more than you needed to know. Anyway, so they're power hungry, and they decided to use that as their advantage so that they could go ahead and capture the seaports and probably even get a little profit while they're at it. And so the official start of the Age of Discovery probably starts off with this guy, Prince Henry the Navigator. He's from Portugal, and he never actually did any navigating. In fact, he just gave the money to people so that they can go ahead and do the navigating themselves and invent some of his own navigating tools while he's at it. He never actually went onto the seas, though. Next, we have Christopher Columbus, presumably the guy who first discovered America. Hey! He's not the first discoverer of America. People were living in America before him. Okay, he's the first European in America. No, that title belongs to me. I called it Vinland, and I also found another land which was a Newfoundland. And I called it Newfoundland. Says who? Says me. No, you don't. Who's who? Me. Who's that guy? I have no idea, but I have no intention of finding out. Columbus himself actually went to America 4 times, and the last time he went there, he came back in chains because he seemed to do a lot of abuse to his own crew as well as the Native Americans, and took a bit too many slaves. However, when there was news that there was this random guy called Amerigo Vespucci who said this is an entirely new continent, he was like, No, I did not find a new continent. You liar. I did not find a new continent. I found a new route to Asia. He was convinced, and even if there was evidence. And then he died. And then there was this guy named Ferdinand Magellan. This guy's Amerigo Vespucci. And so people decided Columbus got it so wrong, and he was also a criminal. Let's just call this land, let's not call this Columbia. Let's call this Vespuccia. No, I'm kidding. They called it America. And then there's this guy called Ferdinand Magellan who decides, I want to circumnavigate the whole world. He went there. He was circumnavigating the world halfway. When he was stuck in India, he was decided in the Indian part of his journey, he basically decided to go ahead and help some natives and got killed in the process. But his crew decided to follow his dreams, and also they decided to follow his maps because also they weren't entirely sure if they were correct. And turns out they were correct, and they ended up back in Portugal. But they didn't get much money because it took them years. Well, this guy's dead. Their leader was dead. And some of the most important places, now I'm going to go ahead and talk about the Merchant of Venice because I'm reading it right now. Also, I don't really want to talk about it. So here we go. Morocco is actually a place in the Merchant of Venice. And it's actually a pretty important place because it's the place where the Mediterranean Sea and it's a place where the Mediterranean Sea basically gets connected to the Atlantic Ocean. The northern part of Morocco, at least. And then we have Aragon. It used to be spelled like this with 2 R's, but then they decided to take out an R, and boom, here we are. So we end up like that, and this is Aragon, a place in Spain. And then we have the most important place in the Merchant of Venice of all, Venice! And that's it. Yeah, that's really it. So I really hope you guys enjoyed that episode of Hanchon-Shon. And if you guys actually think I missed anything about the Age of Discovery, because I really want to make this a 5-minute video and I don't want people to take too long to watch it. I could make this into a white key short if I want to do, but I don't. So anyways, I hope to see you guys soon in another episode of Hanchon-Shon. Say hi to Claude. And bye-bye. Bye! Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Da 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 da.